Hello guys and welcome back to my channel Firewall again. Today we are going to learn high availability HA modes or clustering of Palo Alto Firewall. So we are not going to cover only the high availability, we'll be covering load sharing, active configuration as well. So without wasting time, let's begin. High availability, you can set up two Palo Alto network firewalls as an HA pair. HA allows you to minimize downtime by ensuring that an alternative firewall is available if the peer firewall fails. HA pairs comprise two firewalls of identical model, configuration and licensing. They should be physically close to each other, but geographically separation is supported. The firewall is in HA pair use dedicated or in-band HA port on the firewall to synchronize data, network, object and policy configuration, and to maintain a state information. Firewall specific configurations such as management interface IP address or administrator profiles, HA specific configuration, log data and application command center ACC information is not shared between the peers. To get a consolidated application and log view across the HA pair, you must use Panorama, the Palo Alto Network centralized management system. When a failure occurs on firewall in a HA pair and the pair firewall takes over the task of securing traffic, the event is called failover. The condition that trigger failovers are one or more of the monitor interface fails, we call it link monitoring. One or more of destinations specified on the firewall cannot be reached, we call path monitoring. The firewall does not respond to heartbeat polling and hello message, we call. A critical chip or a software component fails, known as packet path health monitoring. Now let's understand about HA modes. Palo Alto Network firewall support stateful active, passive or active high availability with session and configuration synchronization with a few exceptions. The Palo Alto 200 series, which right now discontinued model, firewall support HA Lite only on PA 200. HA Lite is an active passive deployment that provide configuration synchronization and some runtime data synchronization such as IPsec security association. It does not support session synchronization HA2 and therefore does not offer stateful failover. The VM series firewall in AWS and Google Cloud supports active passive HA only. If it is deployed with the Amazon Elastic Load Balancing, it does not support HA. In this case, Elastic Load Balancing provides the failover capabilities. The VM series firewall in a Microsoft Azure does support HA in a PAN-OS version 9 only. The VM series firewall deployed in a Google Cloud platform support both active and active passive HA. Public cloud deployment of VM series firewalls are also supported in each vendor's version of scaled implementation, allowing virtual firewalls to share the traffic load through a deployment of parallel firewall instances and the option to create or remove firewall instances in a response to changes in a traffic loads. This deployment all include the cloud vendors load balancing deployed in a front of firewall skill sets to manage speeding of the traffic across the available firewalls. This same deployment practice also created a high availability scenario in the sense that failing firewall instance can be removed from the scale set automatically using various detection ability within a load balancer. A trade-off for a scale set method of high availability is there typically no synchronization between the firewalls, so failovers are disruptive in a sense that existing sessions are terminated. Let's understand active passive clusters. Active passive HA usually is the recommended deployment method. One firewall actively manages traffic while the other is synchronized and ready to transition to the active state if the failover occurs. or failure occurs. In this mode, both firewalls share the same configuration settings and one actively manage traffic until a path, link system, or a network failure occurs. When the active firewall fails, the passive firewall transitions to the active state, takes over the seamlessly, and enforce the same policy to maintain network security. The firewall synchronization this states table, thus allowing passive partner to become active and continue servicing active sessions at failover. Active passive HA is supported in a virtual wire layer 2 and layer 3 deployments. Because one firewall is handling traffic and both firewalls share the same traffic interface configuration, active passive usually is much easier to manage. Now let's see active clusters. Both firewalls in the pair are active and processing traffic and work synchronously to handle session setup and session ownership. Both firewalls individually maintain session tables and routing tables and synchronize to each other. Active HA is supported in a virtual wire and layer 3 deployments. Active HA mode, the firewall HA interface cannot receive address via DSCP. Furthermore, only the active firewall, primary firewall traffic interface can function as a DSCP relay. The active secondary firewall that receive the DSCP broadcast packet drops them. In a layer 3 deployment of HA active mode, you can assign floating IP addresses which move from one HA firewall to other. If a link or a firewall fails, the interface on the firewall that owns the floating IP address responds to ARP request with a virtual MAC address. Floating IP addresses are recommended when you need functionalities such as Virtual Router Redundancy Protocol (VRRP). Floating IP address also can be used to implement VPN and source NAT, thus allowing for a persistent connections when a firewall offering those service fails. As we are seeing on a figure, each HA firewall interface has its own IP address and floating IP address. The interface IP address remains local to the firewall, but the floating IP address moves between the firewall upon the failover. You configure the end host to use floating IP address as its default gateway, thus allowing you to load balance traffic to the HA peers. You can use external load balancers to load balance traffic. If a link firewall fails or a path monitoring event causes a failure, the floating IP address and the virtual MAC address move over to the functional firewall. In the figure that allows each firewall has two floating IP address and virtual MAC address, they all move over if the firewall fails. The functioning firewall send gratuitous ARP to update the MAC table of connected switches to inform them of the change in the floating IP address and MAC address ownership to redirect traffic to itself. After the failed firewall recovers, by default the floating IP address and the virtual MAC address move back to the firewall with device ID 0 or 1 to which the floating IP address is bound. More specifically, after the failed firewall recover, it comes online. Currently active firewall determines that the firewall is back online and check whether the floating IP address is handling belongs native to itself or to the others firewall. If the floating IP address originally was bound to the other device ID, the firewall automatically gives it back. And example you see on a screen with the diagram. Each firewall in the HA pair create a virtual MAC address for each of its interface that has floating IP address or ARP load sharing IP address. Let's understand choosing a cluster type. So active passive mode has a simplicity of design. It's significantly easier to troubleshoot routing and traffic flow issue in active passive mode. Both active and active passive mode support a virtual wire deployment. Active mode require advanced design concept that can result in more complex scenarios or network. Depending on how you implement active HA, it might require additional configurations such as activating networking protocols on both the firewalls, replicating NAT pools, and deploying floating IP addresses to provide proper failover. Because both the firewall actively are processing the traffic, the firewall use additional concept of session owner and session setup to perform layer 3 content inspection. Active mode is recommended if Each firewall needs its own routing instance and you require full real-time redundancy out of both firewall all the time. Active mode has faster failover and can handle peak traffic flows better than active passive mode because both firewalls actively are processing traffic. In active mode, the HA pair can be used to temporarily process more traffic than what one firewall normally can handle. However, this solution or this situation should not be standard because a failure of one firewall cause all traffic to redirect to the remaining firewall in HA pair. Your design must allow the remaining firewall to process the maximum capacity of your traffic load with content inspection enabled. If the design oversubscribes the capacity of remaining firewall, high latency and application failure can occur. In cases of virtual firewall deployments, the cloud architecture might limit your deployment choices. Now let's discuss important part, which is HA links and backup links. The firewall in HA pair use HA links to synchronize data and maintain state information. Some models of firewall have dedicated HA ports. Control link we see on a device like HA1 and data link HA2, and others require you to use in-band ports as HA links, depends on your firewall model. For firewall with dedicated HA port, uses these ports to manage communication and synchronization between the firewalls. For firewall without dedicated HA ports such as Palo Alto 220 and PA220, PA220 are as the best practice. Use a data plane port for the HA port and use management port as a HA1 backups. Because the HA port synchronize data critical to proper HA failover, implementation backup HA path is a recommended best practice. In-band ports can use for backup links for both HA and HA2, HA1 and HA2 connections when dedicated backup links are not available. So few guidelines. Number one, the IP address of the primary and the backup HA link must not be overlapped to each other. HA backup links must be on the different subnet from the primary HA links. HA1 backups and HA2 backup ports must be configured on a separate physical ports. HA1 backup uses port 28770 and 28260, right? So guys, I have tried to explain you about what is in a Palo Alto clustering, HA deployment in a active passive and active clustering. So guys, if you like my video, please subscribe my channel and I will see you in next video. Have a good day.